Alright guys, today we're going to talk about dermatologist approved mineral sunscreens. Hi, my name is Dr. Jenny Liu. I'm a board certified dermatologist and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my favorite, most commonly and most frequently used mineral sunscreens of various price points for various skin types and for various activities, and even ones that I recommend that can be used for the whole family. So let's get into them. So mineral sunscreens are great because number one, they are able to be used by everyone, including those with sensitive skin or those who may have allergic reactions to chemical sunscreens. 2 mineral sunscreens can be used by babies, usually 6 months and older is when we start recommending mineral sunscreen. 3 mineral sunscreens don't have that controversy. We know there's a lot of things we still need to determine whether the chemical sunscreens may be harmful to the environment, and you don't have to worry about that when it comes to mineral sunscreens. Now, I just want to say that in general, sunscreens are very, very safe. We've been using them for decades, and I'm referring to not only mineral but also chemical sunscreens as well. But because there's a lot of unknowns, especially when it comes to environmental impact of chemical sunscreens, for my patients, I just tell them if you have any doubts or any concerns, or say if you're expecting mom and you just don't want to think about potential risks even though nothing has been shown, then go with mineral sunscreens. But I like mineral sunscreens for a couple reasons. Number one, it's less likely to burn around the eyes. And 2, usually mineral sunscreens are going to come in tinted formulations. Mineral sunscreens usually contains tint, which is iron oxide, and iron oxide is found in makeup, foundation, etc. But usually when it comes in sunscreen formulations, it's often found with tinted mineral sunscreens. And so that is another reason why I love recommending mineral sunscreens, because you're going to get a little bit of coverage, also get protection against visible light that drives hyperpigmentation. There's so many great sunscreens now on the market, and really, even though these are what I recommend, ultimately remember that what's going to work well for you is something that you just have to try yourself. The best sunscreen is the one that you like enough that you will want to wear on a daily basis. But hopefully this list will give you a start on where to shop if you're totally lost and confused. So the first sunscreen is from Roche-Posay and Helios Mineral Sunscreen SPF 50. This is a fragrance-free, water-resistant sunscreen. It's a light liquid and you kind of have to shake it up before using it. I love this one because it is very lightweight, and in general, La Roche-Posay's and Helios line I really like for individuals with combination to oily skin that have a hard time finding a mineral sunscreen. This dries very quickly, is great to wear on its own or under makeup, and once it is absorbed, it does not leave a white cast. So this is a great one for those with more combination to oily skin. This year, one that I have actually really liked as well, that's very similar to La Roche-Posay, is from Cetaphil. They're a new liquid sunscreen. They're a sheer mineral face. This is very similar. It's like a liquid formulation. I find it just slightly thicker than the La Roche-Posay and Helios, but this also contains vitamin E. It's great for sensitive skin. It's fragrance-free. It's also water-resistant up to 80 minutes. For those with more dry skin, one that I have been loving this year is the one from Glytone. This Hydra Lipid UV mineral sunscreen, non-tinted. It contains SPF 40, squalane, and hyaluronic acid. It's just a really nice moisturizing SPF that I have been really loving since the transition to the colder months. And it absorbs really nicely. It doesn't look shiny or greasy, but it's more hydrating. Also, it's great because it doesn't leave a white cast, and once it's absorbed into your skin, it looks very nice and elegant. Now, if you have very sensitive skin and just has a hard time finding products that won't react to your skin or cause irritation, one brand I recommend checking out is Vanicream. Their formulations are very simple and minimalistic, free of things that we know are common causes of contact dermatitis. And they have a newly formulated mineral sunscreen that is SPF 50, up to 80-minute water-resistant, non-comedogenic. And this is a great one for the face as well as body, and even for kids as well. I mean, this can really be used by the whole family. It is slightly more oily or greasy compared to the Cetaphil as well as the Roche-Posay, but still is fairly elegant. It doesn't leave as much of a cast as their older formulations formulations did. So this is another great one to consider if you have super sensitive skin. Now let's move on to tinted sunscreens. Like I said, tinted sunscreens are really what I predominantly wear these days. I love the coverage, I love the protection against visible light, and the one that I think is such a great find in drugstores is from CeraVe. Their hydrating mineral SPF that's tinted. Now be aware when you're shopping, they also make one that's non-tinted. Make sure to look for face sheer tint on the label. Now this tint, I find that to be universally flattering. It does only come in one tint, but when you rub it in, I find that not to be too dark on my skin, because sometimes some of the mineral sunscreens can look a little bit too orangey dark on my skin. But from talking to my darker skin patients and colleagues, they don't find it to be too ashy looking, which can be another problem if you have darker skin. This one is more on the hydrating side. It contains their usual ceramides and hyaluronic acid. It is SPF 30. Now be aware, this is not water resistant. So if you are looking for one that you can use in the summertime, this may not be the best option. I do really wish one day that they would make a tinted SPF that is also water resistant as well. This is on the hydrating side. And so if you have oily skin, this may not be the best formulation for you, although some of my oily skin colleagues find this to be very elegant. So I think, again, just something you have to try yourself. But I love this because it's a great find, it's affordable, you can find this in most drugstores, and it provides a nice sheer tint, and it's very hydrating for my skin. So I love this one. If you're looking for a tinted mineral sunscreen that's hydrating but also water resistant, check out EltaMD's line of mineral sunscreens. This UV Elements Broad Spectrum SPF 44 is a very nice and elegant. It contains hyaluronic acid, mineral filters. I think it's just a really great sunscreen. This one is just like a classic. The tint is universally flattering, and also it's water resistant up to 40 minutes. So great one to use in the summertime. Now, if you're looking for a tinted sunscreen that gives a little bit more coverage but still not heavy like a foundation, I recommend checking out the one from Colorescience. Sunforgettable Total Protection Face Shield, and this is their new formulation Flex. And this is really cool because when you first apply it to your skin, it looks white, but as you start rubbing it in, it breaks open the pigment capsules and it starts to conform to your skin and looks really nice and elegant. Colorescience has a lot of great science behind their formulation. This is broad spectrum, protects against UVB, UVA, as well as visible light, and also is water resistant up to 40 minutes. Now, one I always get asked about is what to use on babies and kids. And like I said earlier, babies 6 months and older are able to wear sunscreen, ideally mineral sunscreen. That's what we really recommend. Now, there are no rules about you have to use kid sunscreen for kids or, stick with adult sunscreen for adults. It's very much interchangeable, meaning sometimes I will wear my daughter's baby sunscreen on my body, and some of the mineral sunscreens for adults, like ones from like Roche-Posay, I will use it on her as well. But for moms that are wanting a brand just to use on their kids, one I really like and recommend is Thinkbaby. Go Think is a line that makes sunscreens, purely mineral sunscreens for babies, for kids, and for adults. Now, their formulation is all very much the same. It's all mineral-based sunscreen. Even though the label may say for babies, you can definitely use this one on your older kids or use, like I said, I've used this on myself. And this is just a really nice one that applies very nicely. It doesn't leave great deal of white cast, which most baby and mineral sunscreens for kids will do. And I also find this one to wash off fairly easily with just a gentle cleanser. And this one is SPF 50. It's water resistant up to 80 minutes. So great one to consider if you are wanting to have like a kid sunscreen only. Check out this line. So that's it, guys. Those are some of my favorite mineral sunscreens. Have you tried any of these? Drop a comment below with your favorite mineral sunscreen. And as always, you can find me more on social media, including Instagram and TikTok. And thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.